sort of been the elephant in the room the last couple of months, probably, is our performances against bottom 8 teams. So we've definitely addressed that early on in the week.
Lang is fresh off the 100th game milestone. What's that one mean to you?
Yeah, it means a fair bit. It's probably one of those things you don't realise how long the journey is until you get there, and then sort of take a bit of time to reflect. And yeah, it's been a great journey so far. One that's taken me across the country and back. So yeah, it was a really nice weekend. It was great to get the win, obviously, and it's a good chance to reflect with friends and family.
No doubt it was a big move for you coming back from Perth. Has it made you more comfortable being back home at Melbourne and allowing you to enjoy your footy more?
Yeah, without a doubt. Something I always wanted to do was play footy in Melbourne, and it took a while for me to get to a position where I could do that. But then when the opportunity presented to come back and play for Melbourne, yeah, it was a no-brainer for me, and loved every moment since.
The hub probably threw a bit of a spanner in that last year. You didn't get to enjoy your first year as much as possible, but what was that season like for you?
Yeah, no, it was really enjoyable. It obviously had its challenges, and sort of everyone probably had their own unique challenges in there. But I thought it was a really enjoyable time. I mean, I don't think I'll ever live in Queensland again for that long, but no, I loved it. It was a good opportunity, especially in my first year, to sort of bond and get to know everyone, and probably fast-tracked a few of those relationships.
You were fourth in the BNF last year, so obviously a really strong start, but do you think you've been able to take your game to another level this year? You've been in some pretty good form.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I was reasonably happy with my first year, but I thought there's definitely a lot of areas of my game I could improve. And yeah, I think especially first half of the year, I improved in a lot of those areas, just trying to be more attacking and hit the scoreboard a bit more, and just trying to be a bit more of a damaging player.
No doubt one of your greatest assets is your running. Is that something that comes quite naturally to you, or something that you have to put a fair bit of work into?
It comes quite naturally. I'm pretty fortunate with sort of my ability in that regard, but in terms of being allowed to put my skills on display, Burjo allows me to play the game time that sort of really suits me, and Goody's very supportive of me playing that role.
The wing role is a bit of a unique one. How much do you work with Gus, who's the other winger, and how much do you lean on each other defensively, offensively, all of that?
Yeah, I mean, as much as you can, being on opposite sides of the ground. It's probably more just recognising that you're both in the right position. It's not so much vocal communication, just because the distance between us. But no, it's constantly checking in to make sure we're both in the right spot, and a lot of checking in at sort of quarter time and three-quarter time.
Adam Uze has been a new addition this year. Is he someone you've worked really closely with to set up that connection on the field? Yeah,
absolutely. He's been fantastic. I think all the mids and everyone on the team would agree with me on that. Just how he's worked in our dynamic as a midfield group's been really impressive, and no doubt everyone's seen that come to fruition out in the ground.
I know you go through a lot of tapes and whatnot during the week. Are you someone who watches much footy away from the club?
No, I don't really watch any footy away from the club, to be honest. Yeah, I can't really remember the last game I would have sat down and watched that didn't have me and my brother playing.
Growing up, were you someone who liked watching footy, or was it just a sport that you enjoyed getting out and playing?
No, I loved watching it. I was a big Richmond fan, and as a kid you'd watch it on a Friday night or Saturday night, and just be itching at the bit to get out there the next morning. So yeah, no, I certainly loved watching it.
Now is it something that I guess you're around so much that you need the little bit of time away from it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you spend so much time at the club watching Vision and sort of interacting and thinking about football. It's really nice to, especially when you've got to play a game, just to fully take your mind off it and just focus on your game.
In terms of our on-field performance at the moment, the win against Port was obviously a big one. Does that install a bit more belief coming off a few flatter weeks?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think everyone in the club recognised the importance of the game, and the beauty was we all lifted to the occasion and put in a really strong performance that certainly was a confidence booster for for the coaching group and the playing group.
The Hawthorn game coming up is a big one. Obviously, we've dropped 3 games to lower sides. Is that something that gets spoken about at all heading into this game, not to take them lightly?
Yeah, absolutely. It's sort of been the elephant in the room the last couple of months, probably, is our performances against bottom 8 teams. So we've definitely addressed that early on in the week, and I'm sure the coaches will put some things in place to make sure we start well, because if we tend to start well, then we seem to put teams away pretty early.
Well, looking forward to that one. Thanks for your time, Langers.
No worries, thank you.